Be honest with me. Have you heard people throwing around the term AI agent
AI agents,
agentic capabilities,
agentic AI,
and you thought, cool, but I still have no idea what that actually means? You're not alone. I used to be in the same boat. I would use ChatGPT every single day, but still, I would scratch my head whenever people say things like, agents are the future. So I decided to dig in, study how they actually work, and now I can break it down for you in plain English. Even though it's not my first language, but I guess that's not the point of this video. So let's make this simple. Think of AI in 3 levels. Level 1 is chatbots. These are ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, the apps that you and I are using every single day. You basically type something and then they reply. They're pretty amazing at writing emails, writing social media posts, summarizing notes, and even coming up with dinner ideas when your fridge has nothing but a ketchup and probably a half cucumber. But here's the thing, they're passive. They don't know anything about your private life. Ask them anything like, when is my next dentist appointment? And they will look at you like, buddy, I don't even know your name. They don't have access to your calendars, your files, or your apps. They're waiting for you to ask, and they just respond. And that's it. Level 2 is workflows. This is where things step up. Instead of the AI just answering, you connect it to tools. For example, you ask it, when is my next appointment now? And it checks your Google Calendar before responding, and now it works. You can even change steps together. People are already building workflows that scrape news headlines, summarize them with Perplexity AI, draft LinkedIn posts with Claude, and schedule them to publish every single morning. And that's not some science fiction. This is actually happening in real time, and marketers are doing this right now to save hours. But here's the catch, workflows are rigid. If you then ask, okay, what's the weather on that day, it flops because the instructions only told it to check the calendar and not the forecast. It's like IKEA furniture. Follow the steps exactly and you'll get it sure. But if halfway through you decide you want a couch, well, you forget it. Level 3 is where the magic happens, agents. AI agents break things down into actionable steps. And they don't just follow the path you set, they figure out the path themselves. You give them a goal like plan my trip to New York and the agent decides. First, check flights, then compare hotels, maybe look up the weather, then combine everything into the best possible option. This is why people are so hyped. In the past year alone, OpenAI hinted at agent features inside ChatGPT. Google is testing agentic workflows in Gemini, and a startup called Cognition Labs raised $21 million for Devin, an AI software engineer that literally fixes bugs and builds websites by breaking the problem into steps and executing them. That's the leap from chatbots that just talk to AI agents that actually do the things for you. Here's where people usually get confused. Workflows and agents, they kind of sound similar. I mean, they both kind of connect AI to tools, right? But in practice, they behave very differently. AI workflows is like setting a set of dominoes. You basically line them up carefully, you knock one, and the rest just falls as planned. But what if you want to change the pattern halfway through? Well, there is no way you can do that. You kind of have to start all over, right? But that is not the case for AI agents. For AI workflows, they scrape your email, they summarize your messages, they put them into a Google Doc, and probably even send you a notification. Are they useful? Absolutely. Are they flexible? Not so much. It's like having an assistant who does exactly what you say, even if what you said makes no sense. Now compare that with agents. An AI agent doesn't just run the dominoes. It decides how to set them up in the first place. You give it a goal and it breaks the task down into steps, choosing the right tools as it goes. Take Lindy. They're building AI agents for customer support. Instead of canned answers, their agent can log into the system, check your order, and reply with a personalized update. That's not a hard-code workflow. That's an agent deciding. Step 1. Check database. Step 2. Confirm shipment. Step 3. Reassure the customer their socks are actually on the way. Travel planning. Agents are already being tested that can compare flights, check loyalty points, book the ticket, and adjust if your airline has tasks. A workflow would just crash, but an agent, it shrugs, finds a new option, and saves you from sleeping on the floor at gate 32. Another example is AutoGPT and GPT Engineer. These open source agents can take a high-level instruction like build me a simple website and break it down, write the HTML, test it, debug errors, ship a working site. They don't always get it perfect, but at least they don't rage quit when the code breaks. Even in research, there is Elicit. It scans thousands of papers, decides which ones matter, summarizes the findings, and suggests follow-up questions. Basically, it's like having a nerdy friend who actually enjoys reading 200 PDFs for you. This is why agents are such a leap forward. They don't just do what you tell them, they figure out how to do it. Workflows are like GPS with one fixed route. Agents are like Waze. They reroute, adapt to traffic, and still get you to your destination, and sometimes with just a little bit of attitude. And the wild part is, Google and OpenAI are already weaving this in. Gemini is rolling out multi-step reasoning while OpenAI is testing agents inside ChatGPT that can search your docs and take the next step automatically. So the question is, if AI agents can already adapt in real time, what happens when they start running all your digital tasks? Now, before we get carried away with the hype, here's the reality check. AI agent is powerful, but it's not magic. If you have tried the early versions, you know that they can still mess up, stall halfway, and completely miss the point. That's why the next big step isn't just making them smarter, it's also giving them guardrails. First, permissions. If you give an AI agent access to your email or calendar, it shouldn't just run wild. Imagine this. You ask your agent to clear your calendar and it just removes or deletes your anniversary dinner or probably your meeting with your boss. That's why OpenAI's memory feature asked users to approve what the bot could remember, giving you veto power before it stores anything. Second is reliability. Agents can plan steps, but they are not flawless. Anyone who tried AutoGPT last year knows this. Sometimes it looped endlessly or forgot its own process. To fix this, researchers are building self-checking systems where one model critiques another's work. Anthropic's Claude is testing setups where one agent reviews another's answer before you see it. Think of it like having two interns. One does the work and the other makes sure it isn't nonsense. Third is costs. Every extra step an agent takes often means another API call, and those add up. People experimenting with AutoGPT reported surprise bills in the hundreds. Imagine asking an agent to find me the cheapest flight and getting a $500 API bill. Suddenly, that budget trip isn't as budget anymore. Fourth is security. Agents need access to your files, apps, even money accounts to actually be useful. In 2024, Microsoft tested Copilot agents in Office that could schedule meetings and draft reports. But companies quickly raised concerns about data leaks. Nobody wants an agent accidentally emailing private sales number to the wrong person, right? But here's the exciting part. If these challenges get solved, and big players are obviously working on it, agents could become invisible teammates in our daily lives. Your inbox can be sorted before you wake up. Travels can be rebooked automatically when flights get cancelled. Students will have tireless AI tutors, and researchers would have assistants who can review thousands of documents overnight. Well, we are not fully there yet, but the path is very clear. So let's summarize the main three levels again. Level 1 is LLMs. You ask, they answer. They're smart, but passive. Level 2 is AI workflows. You design the steps, AI follows them. They're efficient, but rigid. Level 3 is AI agents. You set the goal, AI figures out the steps. In this case, AI is the one who designs the steps. They're flexible, adaptive, and designed to get things done. The big takeaway is AI agents mark the leap from AI as a tool that you operate to AI as a partner that operates for you. That's all I have for you today. I hope you got a ton of value from this. If you did, please hit the like button. It really helps to push this video to more people who need to watch this stuff. I'm Anika. I'm a writer and a creative entrepreneur. On this channel, I talk about one-person business, AI, and the human potential. So if this sounds interesting to you, please take your shoes off and come on in by hitting that subscribe button. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate you. Ciao for now, and I'll see you in the next one.